Friendly reminder that you're allowed to cut out people from your life and not feel guilty about it. And I think it's normal that we will grieve meaningful friendships, family relationships, people that we have connections to. I feel like it's important that we're not fully isolating ourselves from humans entirely. That breeds a whole different range of problems. But I mean, just starting small, like if you were to try to clean your room or clean your house, you start with one room. You start with something that's manageable, right? You start with maybe a simpler version of cutting people out. Maybe it's just setting a boundary around the person that just wants too much. No, too much. Let's just say a lot of your time. Someone wants a lot of your time. And you know, you might feel inclined to just people please, kind of go along with it, see how things unfold. And in some cases, maybe they do just notice or have the self-awareness more so to just leave you alone, give you the space you need. However, oftentimes our needs aren't being met and we're not attuned to what those are. And if we're not used to communicating with what needs we need to communicate, it can be quite difficult. It can be quite almost confrontational. Just to say, hey, I need some space. What do you need? As I say this, as I scan my body to notice if I'm getting mosquitoes entering my space, what might you need that right now you're not asking for? And is it really all that big a deal to ask for it, right? Like, is it really something that it's worth the sacrifice that you're making to have that need to continue to go unmet? Oftentimes it might feel like the conflict is so overwhelming, right? We catastrophize, or I do at least, where we feel like just the idea of having that conversation is going to be so dysregulating that we avoid it. We avoid it. We don't even consider that having a conversation about our needs is an option. But when we do have it, and we do face dysregulation, and we can move through that, and ideally be met in safety, right? Maybe we're not. But even if we're not, I'd say still have the conversation. Still worthwhile to have that conversation. Mosquitoes catching back up. Going for a walk. And what happens if you don't have that conversation? Right? What happens if you continue to hold on to that resentment or the burden, let's just say? You hold on to the burden of not having the conversation, of not speaking your truth or advocating for your needs. Maybe you've saved yourself some kind of dysregulation in the short term, but in all honesty, you've probably set yourself up for quite a bit of, let's just call it staggered dysregulation, like, you know, maybe just like subtle little moments of your resentment bubbling up or feeling guilty about things, and maybe just them picking up on a lack of presence, or maybe a pulling back or whatever. And I mean, I guess this has turned into subtle relationship advice, and I don't think it's like I can give you advice that's always relevant depending on the context of the situation, but I would say it never hurts to just lean in and speak openly and transparently about something that's uncomfortable, right? It's like, you know, the basic therapeutic idea of do something that makes you uncomfortable every single day. I would say if you're in a relationship, that gets kind of amplified, don't you think? Depending on the nature of the living situation, you might be having uncomfortable conversations 5 times a day, right? Might be having it 5 times a week. But I mean,